Hopefully you're recording this and you can label the VHS so I can watch it in 40 years.
So last year, I talked to myself about when I was at this very earliest stages of my LinkedIn journey. It's back to school, and I want to do one of my experiments to mark this time of year. I wanted to talk to someone heading off to college, full of questions about the future. Someone who also happens to be me.
Whoa, this is heavy. Hello, future me. I'll just pretend this is normal.
Maybe, some of the things that we've learned in the last few decades might be interesting, not just to me, but also maybe to kids who are now looking from now out. Hello, Reid. Meet Reid.
Are you my Marty McFly moment? Because this better end with me owning a hoverboard. So, you're me from the future. You don't look like a professor. You look like you have strong opinions about CD-ROMs. Don't tell me we go corporate.
Something you'd never consider, entrepreneur and investor. But we'll get to that. First, Stanford's around the corner, so tell me a little bit about what's on your mind, what you're thinking about.
Well, I'm nervous about school, but after seeing how good I look in 40 years, maybe a bit less. Just kidding. Anyway, you did this already. So what should I study? What should I totally focus on in college?
The classic question. So here's the deal. The real value in college is not the major. It's not even necessarily the classes or any of those things. It's learning how to learn. But even more importantly, it's the network of people around you. It's the people who expand the way you think. Most importantly, the people where you join each other's life teams. Spoiler alert, you're going to end up studying symbolic systems because you're interested in how people think and how we communicate.
Wow, that is rad.
And that turns out to be foundational to AI. AI, by the way, becomes a really big deal. So hot tip, seek out John McCarthy, Terry Winograd very early.
Okay, so less get good grades, more don't become the guy who only plays Zork in his room all year, and I should find John McCarthy. Got it. No pressure, just casually befriend the father of AI while trying to figure out where the dining hall is. Here's the thing. It feels like the world might not even be around long enough for me to finish college. We've got Reagan and Gorbachev staring each other down, nukes on red alert, and now they're saying there's a giant hole in the ozone layer? So how do you even plan a future when it feels like the world might not have one?
So yeah, that fear, unfortunately totally real. Every generation inherits its own big fears and moments. In your case, nukes, existential dread, my era, climate, pandemics, tough political landscape, and definitely AI anxiety. But here's the deal. Leaning into the chaos is part of your job as the next generation. Progress doesn't come from certainty, it comes from uncertainty. There's a lot of parallels of technology uncertainty. The reflex, as a younger person, me as a young person, is to say, oh, the older generation, they're all a bunch of bozos, and look at the up situation they gave us. But that's part of also where that perspective gives around, and now I can do this new different thing that's unique to me, to our generation, and what it is to do. But you have to learn that it's actually, in fact, technology is the thing that helps you shape the future.
Hang on, I need to take some notes. Okay, you say AI becomes a big deal. So this movie, The Terminator, just came out. So are we talking helpful robot friends or metal skeletons with Austrian accents trying to take over humanity?
So let's just say, not just because of physics, but the robots in the future are not coming to kill you. They're not even coming for your job. You can think of AI as C-3PO and R2-D2 and less Terminator. Some of the AIs just want to help you write emails faster and other kinds of things that are companions, co-pilots, collaborators.
Great Scott.
So what matters is be someone who adapts, who learns, who pivots, who is engaged with this technology in a way that's constitutive to who you are. And that's the thing to go forward with.
Okay, that's a little terrifying and a little inspiring.
That's college. And honestly, that's life.
This has been totally tubular, but our mom is calling because the caravan leaves in 5, so I can hit up Orange Julius. I don't want to just build a resume. I want to do something that matters. How do I even think about meaning?
That's the gold. Look, meaning isn't a destination. It's much more a journey. It's thinking about like being a pioneer. The meaning comes out as a kind of a byproduct of being on that journey. And journey, of course, to do it well is being curious and being open-minded and exploratory, of being generous with the people around you because it forms the team.
Whoa, this is heavy.
There's this illusion in the American mindset of individual pioneers. It's the pioneers who were in the wagon train, who were going together, that actually, made, the settlements and made the new civilizations and made the new societies. And so, you pursue something bigger than yourself, and you might be surprised at how it changed you. And what helped me was learning to think of life as a startup. You're kind of testing things and pivoting, you're learning. You're going to try academia and realize that it's too much of a kind of a narrow scholarly journey when you want to think about broader humanity. And then you're going to start thinking, what if software could help shape people's futures and lives, their organization of their team, the way that they go into, key decisions in their life and finding the right people. Those questions will become LinkedIn. So ask your own version, not like what job do I want, but what problems am I curious enough to go after, and to follow that curiosity.
What's a LinkedIn? Sounds like an Atari cheat code. Anyway, we covered some of the big stuff, existential stuff. Any other general tips to get me through college?
Well, this is weird because I remember back to my 18-year-old self. On one hand, I was like, kind of like stressed out about like, I have no idea what the future of life is. There is a future of life. What happens post-college and how can anyone possibly think about this? And on the other hand, as I look back, I can also think that there were a whole bunch of stuff that I was stressed about that you don't need to be stressed about. It's like you learn to kind of approach it with the curiosity and vigor that you best can. And even when you stumble or fall down, you can pick yourself back up and keep going. It's better to just have a curiosity mindset versus an anxiety mindset. I know you won't be tempted to do this, but don't try to be cool because it's just not going to work.
This has been great. Hopefully you're recording this and you can label the VHS so I can watch it in 40 years.
So you'll get this even if many people today won't. But so long, and thanks for all the fish.
Thanks, future Reid.
Make sure to bring your towel.